We're with senior receiver Gavin Landry. Gavin, the season is finally here. Obviously, you guys have had to practice through ice, pandemic, hurricanes back in the fall. What does it feel like as a player to know that, okay, March 6th in Turkey Stadium, it's finally here?
Yeah, well, like you said, I mean, it feels like we've had to overcome, what it seems like every obstacle possible between COVID and having guys in quarantine and then, the snowstorm. And I actually tested positive for COVID a few weeks ago. So it's just been, kind of one thing after another. And just, it almost gets frustrating, but, just being able to find, just ways to continue to get better and persevere. And, that's kind of been my whole thing. I haven't played in a real game in 494 days. I tore my ACL on October 19th, so it's kind of just that itch. Like, man, I want to suit up. We had fall ball in the fall, and I really enjoyed it. It was good for me. Just kind of being able to get around the guys. We didn't have fall camp, so it was kind of crazy. Like, we're showing up to workouts. I still don't know half of the freshman's name, and it's something I try to be intentional about. Just being there for my teammates and being a good teammate. And it was just frustrating for me to dang, I don't even know half of these guys I'm lining up across. So, with the fall, I thought that was great. We got to work on some things. And then to see the carryover into the spring, I thought that was huge for us. It's something we were struggling with, just being able to know what we had. But to see guys go home over the spring and have the carryover from the fall, I think that's been exciting. And, we're looking forward to getting back to it, like you said, March 6th versus Nichols. I've had it circled on the calendar. I had February 20th circled on the calendar, but to finally know that March 6th we're finally gonna get back into it, and I'm gonna have a chance to keep writing my story, which I'm really looking forward to and I'm excited about. And then collectively as a team, we're excited about. We have the number 8 team in the country coming into our place to open up the season. It's been a little shorter for some of the guys, about probably 450 days since they played a game, but we're excited, we're itching at the bit, and we can't wait to get to it.
You mentioned October 19th, the last time you were on a football field competitively. You caught a 54-yard touchdown pass, and you had to do about the last at least 10 yards with a torn ACL. What goes through your mind knowing that you're finally going to be able to get back on the field competitively again?
Yeah, like you said, October 19th is the day that I think about all the time, just to see, everything I had overcome to get to that point and feel like I finally had it all going in my direction, and then just to see it taken away in the, snap of a finger. It was just, it was heartbreaking. I really struggled with it mentally and just spiritually, kind of just battling like, why me, and then, I finally kind of had some breakthrough and I came to peace with it and just, stop looking at the bad and, man, why me? And just say, why not me? Just why can't I just find the joy in this, overcome it? And it really allowed me to put things into perspective. I realized how much time football it was just like football had taken over my life. It's like that's who my identity was, and I kind of really learned that I'm much more than just a football player. And I did some soul searching during the process of recovery and rehab, and like you said, I'm just excited just to see the relationships I've been able to build. That was a huge thing for me that I really was intentional about in the spring, and then going into this fall was just being a better teammate, and it not just being about me, but some days I can go out there and not have any catches, but if I'm seeing my teammates have fun and enjoying it, and they're getting open, scoring touchdowns, then I'm excited for that and excited for them. So it's something really that I've done. I've really grown, in that area of it not having to always be about me, and just learning to be excited for every day. And KP said earlier how I thought I appreciated football, but you want to talk about go out there and not take a day for granted anymore. Like, people complaining during stretch, like, why are we doing this? And I'm like, dog, you don't understand. You could be sitting over there with a 6-month recovery process in front of you. So, it's just been exciting, and I'm excited taking the field every day with the unit, with the offense and defense we have, and just, building those relationships. And, we are excited. I'm excited. And just, I put a post up when I got hurt about I was going to be back, and it was going to be a hell of a story. And, I'm looking forward to getting back to it and continue to write that story.
You busted your tail to get to where you were that season, that 2019 season. Kendrick Price, same thing. His injury happened in the spring after yours.
Yeah.
how were you able to, was there a connection or a bond? Were you able to help him through that process since it was a sort of a similar deal?
Oh, definitely. I think, when he got hurt, man, I texted him that night. I shed tears when he got hurt just to see him, to see a guy, similar to me. We came in together. He's kind of one of the last few guys that came in with me that we've been here together. So to see both of us, walk the road we've walked through and playing special teams and fighting and clawing and almost getting on the field at receiver, but just, we weren't ready. And to see us, finally emerge, and I got to watch him. I kind of had a good first half of the season, and I got hurt, and then to see him step up, I was excited for him just to see, his passion is contagious and just what he brings to the table, and to see a guy like him in number one now, it's exciting, and yeah, we were definitely there for each other. I think more so, I reached out to him a lot in the spring, but in the fall, really, when he was really trying to make a comeback, and for me to finally be getting my confidence back to where I was and just being able to be there for him. And, I remember he made a touchdown when we were doing OTAs, and I reached out to him and I was like, man, I'm proud of you. That's the kind of plays I was talking about that really, get your confidence back. And, he texted back just saying how appreciative he was. And, so definitely, we've had a connection since we've been here. So to see him fight back and claw, just as I did, and to be in the same room, I think that's been special. And, it makes both of us not take a day or a play for granted, so it's something we're continuing to, not just me and him know, but, we implement that to the guys every day, dog, it can happen in the blink of an eye. You never know. And so just, to not take a play for granted, not take a day for granted, is something I've really prided myself in, and KP has too. And we're excited about what's going on and getting things moving back in the right direction.
You probably would have been ready at some point in the fall, or maybe pretty close to being ready for the start of a fall season. But has this extra time been beneficial in just to heal a little bit more, just to get in shape a little bit more, anything like that?
Oh, definitely. Everyone says, oh, you would have been ready for the fall. And, likely I would have played, but to be honest with you, it would have been a long fall. Like you said, I was busting my tail when I was back home, and I came back in stronger than I ever was. But, to come back and then to be going through the morning workouts and the practice in the afternoon, I was really struggling with tendonitis and, just not really trusting my knee. And I was fighting a really mental block,